एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरपौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ते अजूनी सैपं गुर प्रसाद जप आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच दंडौत बंदन अनेक बार सर्ब कला समरथ डोलन ते राखो प्रभु नानक दे कर हाथ ज्ञान ध्यान किछ कर्म न जाना सार न जाना तेरी सब ते वड्डा सतगुर नानक जिन कल राखी मेरी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Satguru di pyari Sad Sangat Jiyo, we're so blessed to be sitting in the lap of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, listening to the beautiful vichar presented by Swami Ram Singh Ji. राजन के राजा महाराजन के महाराजा ऐसो राज छोड़ और दूजा कौन त्याई है. Within Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, in Devgandharee, by Guru Ram Das Ji as well, there is a Shabad that we will try to do vichar of today. अब हम चली ठाकुर पह हार, जब हम शरण प्रभु की आई, राख प्रभु बहावै मार रहाau. लोकन की चतुराई उपमा ते बैसंतर जार, कोई भला कहो भावै बुरा कहो, हम तन दियो है टार. जो आवत शरण ठाकुर प्रभ तुमरी, तिस राखो कृपा तार. जन नानक शरण तुम्हारी हर जियो, राखो लाज मुरार. अध्यात्म दुनिया दे विच एक वारी विडंबना दी गल देखण नूं मिलदी है. ਜਿਹੜਾ जिग्यासू पूरा पूरा हारदा है, पूरा हारदा है, सफलता सिर्फ उसनूं ही मिलती है, वही जितदा है अंत च. और ਜਿਹੜਾ थोड़ा थोड़ा जित्ती जाता है, थोड़ा थोड़ा बच जाता है, वो सारी जिंदगी हारदा रहता है. It's a very strange coincidence or an irony in the spiritual realm that a seeker that loses fully, only that seeker actually ends up winning. And a seeker who wins the small battles, keeps himself alive, ends up losing lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It's a very strange coincidence. But losing in this realm, in the spiritual realm, losing yourself specifically is the way to win. This Shabad discusses that. Ab hum chali Thaakur peh haar. अब जो शब्द है, यह विशेषण बहुत गहरा है. अब दा मतलब मैं सब कुछ कर लिया है और अजे तक मैनू मुक्ति मिली नहीं, मैनू वो परम खुशी मिली नहीं, पर हुण एक मेरे को अखीरला दरवाज़ा बचिया है कि मैं गुरु दे सामने जाके हार जावां, पूरा पूरा समर्पित हो जावां, तां शायद जिहड़ी चीज़ नूं मैं ਲੱਭਦਾ ਹੈ ਖੋਜਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਵੇ। Ab means I've tried everything and now I have one option left. I tried being in the world and you win some, there's no doubt, but you always end up losing it. You know how the khushi in this world is. Everybody tells you when you're a small child, you're very happy up until the age of 5, because that's when the world tells you you need to go to school and make sure you get some good marks. What? Then you'll be happy. And then you go to school and try to get some good marks, but you're not that happy yet. So the parents tell you, no, you got to graduate high school, then you have to get into a good college. Then you'll be happy. Promise, you'll be happy. Okay, graduated, went into a good college, got a degree, but I'm not happy yet. In fact, that angst is still there. That started maybe at the beginning of my teenage years. It doesn't really seem to let go. And then you graduated and said, no, you have to get a good job. Because if you don't get a good job and you don't get good money, you're not going to be happy. Then that transition period comes when you have to find a good job. Then you get the job. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes your colleagues are nice, it works off, and sometimes it's not. But the angst is still there. Maybe I need somebody in my life. Maybe a relationship will make me happy. And everybody tells you, hey, you got to get married. Because if you're not married, then what have you achieved in this lifetime? So then the scary part is, am I going to find the right partner? Am I going to find the right family of the partner? Is it going to be okay? So then you get married, you take a chance, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But the angst is still there. The bills, the property, the race, actually, because you got to beat your cousins, right? You have to have bigger houses, better cars, because then if you don't beat them, then what's the point of life? So then what you do, you take on a really big mortgage and you know that you're stressed every month because you got to pay it off. It's not going away. And then so forth and so forth. People tell you you're not going to be happy until you have kids. Then you have kids. Oh, you're not going to be happy until your kids start school and they do well in school. Oh, the cycle's now overlapping what you started in. And all of a sudden, you realize you're in your mid-40s going on to 50 and you're not really sure what the purpose was here. But now you've settled with it because what can you do? And you do this lifetime over lifetime again. But sometimes a seeker wakes up and says, hold on. What the world's been telling me, it's not working. And I'm just listening to them at every step of the way. Then the person says, ab nahi. Ab main guru ke paas ja raha hu. And what the guru says, maybe then I'll find what I'm looking for. And the jigyasu says, ab hum chalee, Thaakur pehe haar. Main bahut jit liya aur jit ke bhi kuch khushi nahi prapat hui. I'm ready to lose. I'm ready to give it all up because I want to know what Vaheguru can give me this time. Ab hum chalee, Thaakur pehe haar. But the interesting thing about going to your guru is this. Sometimes we come to our guru and say, Maharaj, I took Amrit. I did everything you asked me for. But what did I get in return? I didn't get anything. Why didn't this happen or why didn't that happen? Which really is saying that maybe you didn't take them on as a guru at all because it was conditional. That's why ab hum chalee, Thaakur pe haar. Meaning I'm going and I'm doing a full surrender. But even after the so-called surrender, if you stand there and say, I didn't get this, which happens on this marag, it means you didn't surrender yet. Because the Jigyasu in real surrender says, I'm in your sanctuary, Maharaj. My mind is no longer mine. और जे मन ही मेरा नहीं है तो केड़ा मन कहे मैनू सुख आए मैनू दुख आए केड़ी चीज़ मंगे क्योंकि मन ही मेरे को नहीं हैगा एनी मोर। जब हम शरण प्रभु की आई राख प्रभु भावै मार। इट्स योर चॉइस वाहिगुरु एट दिस पॉइंट। तू मैनू रखना चाहना है तो वह भी मैनू स्वीकार है और जे तू मैनू मार देना चाहना है वह भी मैनू स्वीकार है। मैनू दोनों ही स्वीकार है। It's an interesting thing that happens after surrender in front of the Guru. It's not that the ratio of how many sukh and dukh changes, because that's dependent on your karma. But your resistance goes away. Have you ever noticed people are not that pained by the actual pain? They're pained by their resistance to it. Aaya kyun? Hoya kyun? Mannu hi kyun? But a person that just accepts it and says it was meant to be this way. There might have been many lifetimes where I actually had an amazing and joyful life, and there was many that maybe I didn't. But this is the cycle of karma, and I accept. The resistance goes away, and as soon as the resistance goes away, pain and joy, they start to merge, and you go to a state where you're in bliss all the time. जब हम शरण प्रभु की आई राख प्रभु भावै maar. Guru Ramdas ji, who Swami ji was talking about, when they were 7 years old, they lost their mother and their father. And they had nobody to take care of them except their grandmother, their nani. And they didn't have a nice house. They didn't have a way to make money. But Guru Ramdas ji's grandmother used to take him to meet Guru Amar Das ji Maharaj. Around the area where Guru Amar Das ji's palace or satsangat dharamshala was, ਉਹ ਨਾਨੀ ਭੁੰਨੇ ਹੋਏ ਛੋਲੇ ਵੇਚਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਆਵੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਾ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ. She used to sell ਛੋਲੇ to make money. पर थोड़ी देर बाद नानी भी गुजर गई ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸੁਣਦੇ। ਤਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਹੋਈ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਸਭ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀ ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀ ਅਜੇ। ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਜੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੀ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ। Why is ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ still sitting in ਸੰਗਤ? It's been over for about an hour now. ਤਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਓ। ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਘਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਘਰ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਮਾਂ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹ ਮਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਪਿਤਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਪਿਤਾ ਕੋਲ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਸੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਪਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ? I have nowhere to go because I have nobody. Then it was Guru Amar Das ji that lifted Bhai Jetha up and said, I am yours. And from now on you stay here. अब हम चली ठाकुर पहहार, जब हम शरण प्रभु की आई, राख प्रभु भावै maar. मुझे स्वीकार है महाराज, आपने मुझे अपनाया तो सही, अब राखो या मारो ये आपकी मर्जी है. A little while later, Guru Ramdas ji or Bhai Jetha ji was married to Guru Amar Das ji's daughter, Bibi Pani ji. And after they were married, ਉੱਥੇ ਕਾਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ। ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਜੀ ਕਾਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੀ ਮਿੱਟੀਆਂ ਵਾਲੀ ਟੋਕਰੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿਰ 'ਤੇ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਇੱਧਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਦੇ ਇੱਧਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੀ। ਉਹਦੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਵੀ ਲਿਬੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਫਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਉਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਿਨ। ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਈ ਹੈ, ਦੇਖੋ ਅਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਢੋਂਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਏ, ਕੱਪੜੇ ਵੀ ਫਟੇ ਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਮਜ਼ਾਕ ਉਡਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ। ਲੋਕਨ ਕੀ ਚਤੁਰਾਈ ਉਪਮਾ ਤੇ ਬੈ ਸੰਤਰ ਜਾਰ। ਇਸ ਮਾਰਗ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਇਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਗਿਆਸੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਸੱਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈ, the ones that end up reaching enlightenment, look at their life histories. At some point they get called crazy, they get called characterless, they get called very bad things, mostly by their own relatives and their own friends, not by people that don't know them. Right? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says the same thing. Some people call me human, some people say that I'm like a ghost, some people think that I can't walk straight. So it happens to everyone. पर सिख की करदा है, उस चतुराई होवे ओनू भी अग च जला दिंदा है, ते उपमा होवे किसे दी उसनू भी जला दिंदा है। Both. Someone praises you too much or someone misjudges you, throw both of those things into the fire, because you're not living based on people's opinions anymore. Your pathway, it doesn't matter what a person's opinion is anymore. So whether it's good or bad, it's both worthy of throwing into the fire. Now, remember that word ab? The Guru's opinion matters to me. What the Guru says, that's what I have to do. Lokan ki chaturai upama te bai santar jar. To udai jaan mera mazak, kahi jaan mainu jo kehna hai, but I'm not going to stop doing the seva. Guru Amar Das ji ne mainu seva bakshi hai, to main seva karunga. Koi bhala kaho bhaavai bura kaho, hum tan diyo hai tar. I've already surrendered this body, I've already surrendered the mind. ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਭਲਾ ਕਹੇ ਜਾਂ ਬੁਰਾ ਕਹੇ, ਉਸ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਮਹੱਤਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ anymore. ਜੋ ਆਵਤ ਸਰਣ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਮਰੀ, ਤਿਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਧਾਰ। ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਰਣ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ, ਹਰ ਜਿਉ ਰਾਖੋ ਲਾਜ ਮੁਰਾਰ। ਪਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਹੈ, their grace is such that they keep your honor. They don't let you get dishonored. When Guru Ram Das Ji used to get made fun of and says, "Tanu ta hun tera to koi hai hi nahi," the relatives, the rishtedar kehte, tu sade na hun sambandh na jodya kar, ਆਪਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ, ਕੋਈ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਿਆ, ਨਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਨਾਨੀ ਹੈ, ਗੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਣ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੋੜਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਐਂਡ ਇਟ ਵਾਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਆਏਗਾ ਭਾਈ ਜੇਠਾ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਹੀ ਲੋਕ ਰੋਜ਼ ਦੇਖਣ ਆਉਣਗੇ, ਲੱਖਾਂ ਹੀ ਲੋਕ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਅਸੀਸਾਂ ਮੰਗਣ ਆਣਗੇ। ਐਂਡ ਨਾਓ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਸਰ, ਰਾਮਦਾਸਪੁਰ, Sri Amritsar, how many people go there every day to ask Guru Ram Das Ji for their blessings? I think it's around 300,000 per day. To that person who didn't want to even be seen by his own relatives. Matlab, Jan Nanak saran tumari har jiyo rakho laaj murar. Laaj means honor. Your honor will be kept, as everybody's has. Bhagat Prahlad, their honor was kept. Their own father wanted to kill them. And their mother, she used to tell Prahlad, stop saying Ram. Stop it. You'll live a little longer. Stop saying Ram. But he always used to say, Mom, main Ram kehna nahi chhadna. I'm not going to stop saying Ram. For a small child to stand up like that to his own mother. And there was many things that had happened to Bhagat Prahlad ji. The very last was that his own father lalkarda si Prahlad nu ki hun dekh meri talwar bahar aa gayi hai, main tera sir cheer ke rakh dena hai. Das tera bhagwan kithe hai? Jire Ram nu tu pooji janna hai, the Ram you keep calling out, das kithe ho? मैं ही है राम, मैं ही है भगवान, मन्नू पूज. और जे तू नहीं पूजदा तो मैं हुरू तनु, I'm going to kill you just now. So he takes out his kirpan or his talwar, and he's about, where this is happening, it's right by the entrance of the house where the pillars to the palace are. He's sitting right there. It's not coronavirus, it's asthma, I promise. He's sitting by the pillar, and as soon as Haranaksh, his father, is about to hit his neck with the talwar, it's the Narsingh avatar of Vaheguru comes out of the pillar, takes Haranaksh, puts him on his thighs, and with his nails cuts him apart at the very last moment. But on a very last moment thing, have you noticed? Because they watch you. Like the Sakhi you heard about by Mughlu, he's waiting and my death is about to come. But the very last moment, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji arrives. And you know about that Sakhi that they told about Krishan Ji, who's about to go to the Bhagat. He's already on the way, but as soon as the Bhagat picks up his own rock and starts to throw, Bhagwan ruk janne. Kehne hun meri lord nahi hegi utte. But when you surrender, and it's a full surrender, whether the world likes it or not, whether you get made fun of or not, tu mitna hi hai, isnu bhi bhag samajh le. Vaheguru eh sare jehdi meri chaturai karde hai na, eh ninda karde meri, eh kirpa hi hai. Main hi mitda ede naal, tu hi aaya hoya hai, then let them. Surrender, and until the very last moment, your honor will be kept. Because it's the Guru's vachan, I keep your honor. Draupadi, standing in Duryodhan's court, she's alone. Her 5 husbands, the 5 Pandavas, are not coming to help her, even though they can. Dronacharya is not saying anything. Bhishma is not saying anything. And she's being disrobed and dishonored. So she thinks of Krishna just for a moment, and that is enough for him to, ਉਹਦੀ ਲਾਜ ਬਚ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. And it's become one of the most prasiddh stories. Ab rakho das paat ki laaj, jaisi rakhi laaj bhagat pehlad ki, pun Draupadi laaj rakhi har prabhu ji. Your honor will be kept, but remember to keep your surrender strong all the way till the end. You will be kept. That is a 100% guarantee. And if your surrender is full, and you have no conditions in front of Vaheguru, and if you lose fully, you will win. That is a 100% guarantee. But on the path to losing, if you keep yourself back just a little bit, the win might elude you. So don't hold back even a little bit. To the Jigyasus sitting in Sangat or elsewhere listening to this, if you are serious about a surrender to Guru Maharaj and serious about mukti, then surrender fully. And there is a guarantee that there is going to be a win at the end. And Jan Nanak saran tumari har jiyo raakho laaj murar, the guarantee comes from Guru Maharaj. And on the way, remember, je sukh de ta tujhe aradhi, dukh bhi tujhe tyai, je bhukh de ta itihi raja, dukh vich sukh manai, tan man kaat kaat sab arpi, vich agni aap jalai. क्यों? Because जे तू जलूंगा ना तो कुछ नमा प्रगट होगा. तू जान नहीं सिखा, तेरे चोले बहुत पुराने हो चुके हैं. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੂੰ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਦੇ ਦੇ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੱਪੜਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੂੰ ਮਨ ਦਾ, ਇਹ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਜਨਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਛੇਦ ਹੋਏ ਹੋਏ ਹੈ, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਤਰਕ, ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸੰਦੇਹ ਫਸੇ ਪਏ। ਔਰ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਗਣ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੰਨੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਮੈਲ ਚਿੰਬੜੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ। ਇਹ ਚੋਲੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਚੋਲੇ ਜਲੋਂਗੇ ਨਾ, ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਜਨਮ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਨਿਕਲੂਗਾ। ਉਦੋਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲੂਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੀ ਹੈ। ਬਟ ਇਨ order for something new to be born, the old has to burn away. And that's nature's niyam as well. If you see the forests, many of the forests around the world, not all, the cycle of burning is a natural cycle, because the forest knows if the forest doesn't burn, then the new growth at the bottom will never get sunlight, and a new growth will never grow. For something new to come from within you, the things that are old have to burn away. So let yourself burn away, and something new will be born. That will be the win. That's it for today. Please forgive me for my mistakes. Bhulan chukan di khima bakshni. Thank you to everybody, the Sangat and the committee and the organizers for giving me this seva. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.